I'm Mustafa Kujo. I go by Kujo. We're here at the Starting Strength Gym in Oklahoma City. So I've been lifting since about 2010. I was in the Air Force for 30 years, and like my last couple of years, I decided, hey, I really need to kind of get in shape as I get older. So in 2011, I got the Starting Strength book, and I read it, and I lifted on my own for a good long time. And once I retired, we moved back here to Oklahoma City and started lifting on my own again. I read that they were opening up these Starting Strength franchises around the country, and when I heard that they were going to open one up here in Oklahoma City, I was here on day one. They opened up, and I was here for the intro at noon that day. I asked the coaches here, Chase and Phoebe, I said, hey, my wife and son, I'd be interested in having them do this, but they're total novices. They've never lifted anything heavier than a milk carton in their lives. Can you guys train someone like that? And didn't even miss a beat. He goes, oh yeah, those are our specialties. Bring them in here.
I've had breast cancer, and I've gone through chemotherapy and surgeries, and prior to that I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and I had just gotten to a place where something needed to change, and I just didn't know what that was going to be. And when I got to that point, that's when he came in, and that's why I said yes.
So it's been pretty amazing. No kidding. So in 2019, she was in the hospital for 3 straight weeks. Blood loss and everything. Pretty serious illness. And she had just gotten over that. And then in, January of 2020, she got diagnosed with breast cancer right as COVID hit. So, so there was basically, 2 years pretty much of health hell for her. But she was seriously weak. Seriously weak.
I walked with a walker. I lost my hair 3 times. This is new hair. We love this hair.
And she was diagnosed with severe osteoporosis after all that. They had her doing squats with a 6-foot wooden dowel just to kind of, just to keep the bar off her back when she first got here.
Yep.
Lewanna was kind of excited to get started with this, to actually feel stronger than she had in a while because she'd been beat up. Breast cancer, the mastectomy, when she came in, she was just getting over a shattered wrist. She had all of her hair cut off pretty much. She was going through a whole bunch of stuff. Remember, they came in, they called themselves a family pack, and this is what they decided to do. So, it was very cute. We've literally just worked her from one little step to the next. The, I guess, more unusual thing with her is she doesn't recover the same as a lot of people. So it's kind of a fine line between how much can we push her, how much does she want to push, and how much can she actually recover from and not get some sort of flare up. To come back from all that stuff and just be well, I'm just gonna put my nose down and go to work. Because not even a lot of women like to lift, let alone a woman in her 60s who's been through all that. A lot of people would just sit down and be well, this is it, this is my life.
So it's been pretty amazing. So in the last 2 years that we've been doing this, she did a couple of bone density scans and went from severe osteoporosis to osteopenia, which is 2 levels down.
Leap.
Yeah, it's a huge leap.
Leap.
And same thing, with Konrad here. He's been, he squatted 315 a couple of months ago, and same thing. He started off just being able to do a wooden dowel on his back back in May of 2021 when we started.
Yes.
Konrad came in squatting a 22-pound bar maybe, and he squatted over 315 already, and this is in 2 years. He is incredibly resilient, and he doesn't know or doesn't care because as soon as he does something very big, he's just all right, cool, I'm just gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about Dragon Ball Z or our favorite movies. Doesn't faze him at all. They just show up all the time. They come in here together, they do the work together. This is their job right now, to get stronger and stay strong for as much of their life as they can.
So my time in the Air Force, I was literally gone most of the time. There was a couple of years there where I was gone, 200, 250 days a year. Since I retired, we are literally together all the time, which is pretty great, actually.
We kind of like it.
But we do plan our lives around this. So, whereas before, we used to, go take a couple of weekend trips a month or something, kind of do out there. Right now, we're pretty much yeah, listen, we don't want to miss too many classes over here. Let's plan around this thing. So we literally plan our lives around coming here. And if we're going to miss too many training sessions, that's the thing. We kind of noticed like we were just gone for all of last week. So we stayed at a Navy base down at Corpus Christi Naval Air Station, and they got a gym over there. And so she and I went and just lifted for 2 of the days that we were down over there. So because
It
we
was
didn't want to
awesome.
lose what we had gained here, especially kind of getting close to PRs and stuff, we do this 3 days a week, and we plan everything else we do around this to make sure we kind of keep at it.
And we come as a team. Nobody gets left behind unless you got a doctor's note. You don't get to stay home. This is what we do. This is the activity at the core of our family, because everything that we do here enables us to do all the things that we like to do, travel and see things, go places.
So we did the standard touristy things, but they have USS Lexington, World War II aircraft carrier down there. And so, yeah, we went on there, and no kidding, I mean, you got to climb these ladders. They call them, they're stairwells, but I mean, they're literally
they're
ladders
ladders.
from the flight deck up to the
Basically
bridge and stuff.
ladders.
We're going up 3 or 4 flights of these things like that's nothing and stuff. And, we're just kind of
Boom, boom, boom,
looking
boom,
at
boom.
each other. Okay, so here we are, in our mid-60s, and, there's a lot of other people over there with walkers, with canes that are, like, using the elevators and stuff.
We did it the hard way.
And the knee knockers, and you got to duck your head. It
That's
was
right, that's
like,
right.
It was good exercise.